Okay, hi everybody, it's me, Bonkai922. Um, Wistoria. After last week, Will and Julius met the witch. Um, and he tells her that this was weird. Oh, man, she was going full on, you know, she was going full on pervert, like full on, uh, Jiraiya Master. I'm telling you, man, it was getting close. It's getting close. Well, this was season 2. Wistoria, Wanted Sword, season 2, episode 9. Page to be turned. So the reason why, not because she's a pedophile, I mean a pervert. No. The reason why. Let me see if I can actually find her name, because I don't want to keep calling her the witch. Let me just see here. My apologies. I believe. Man, don't show her name. I'll have her name. All right, the witch. She basically told Will, more or less, that um, it wasn't a pervert thing. She was looking at his body, and on his body are scars. One in particular is in his back, on his back. So she kind of said the same exact thing that Finn said, almost exact. Finn said, "Go back to your origins." She says, "Go find your roots." So long ago, when he was a little boy, he was younger, way younger. He was with Alfie before she went to the tower. They were in the forest. This was before he went to the school and the whole shebang. They encountered a monster. Now, Will, using his body, had protected Alfie and got wounded. When this happened, he used his power of Whis. Now, it wasn't like he basically formed a sword out of ice and was able to fight this monster. Now, he goes into the past, basically. The witch basically does this spell and sends him back to when he was a little boy with Elfie to find the path, basically to find out how he was able to do this. And he does. See, the whole point with Will is that his memories are a mess. He doesn't remember what happened. He doesn't know how he did it. So we have the basic thing, and it's a kind of a cute moment with her and Elfie. And Elfie's, man, you know, she is so. She has a one-track mind when it's Will. And this funny scene where they're on this bench and they're eating these ice candies that she made, and then it almost looks like she's gonna kiss him, and then she makes us think, "No, you had something on your face." It was a touching moment. So they end up having the scene where they fight this monster. It's a crystal monster, and using Evie gets hurt by because basically this monster's putting up a barrier, and she shoots the icicles at it, and it goes back, and Will gets involved, basically takes the hit, and on his bloody back, magical energy starts coming out, but it only happens when he hears the words "awaken" from Mercedes. Now, the only thing is, I don't know. I don't think this happened. The sealing of his magic. I think that happened before that scene because he couldn't use magic at that point, even then. So energy comes out, and he basically says the spell, and it forms an ice sword. And uses that ice sword to fight the monster, and she helps him, and they kill it. And that's basically what happened in this episode. So basically, he's just there to. It's more of a recalling. He has to recall how he did this, how he can use Whis. And he's able to recall it. Now, the witch asks him when he wakes up. And by the way, he was asleep for like 5 days, which is insane. Going through this whole thing. And she asks him how she had did he was he able to, and he says yes. And then basically, Julia says, "Oh, the second bloom is now," and he's just gearing his shit up, ready to go. And that's basically the episode. It was pretty self-explanatory. So basically, the way to really look at this, Finn had him recall his origins. And there's an explanation here because in the episode, he's reading a picture book. Well, not a picture book, a book that's being read, a story read by Alfie, and it recalls a swordsman who was able to cut the sky open and reveal a sunset. That swordsman was Finn. Now, the context for this is simple. I believe Will's blood, whatever you want to call it, is magical. And he has the body of a swordsman. He's not like other mages. That's the whole bit. Now, I think the whole bit with Finn, remember your origins, that was to unlock his power. What he's going to be doing now is not the same thing, from my point of view. What he's doing here is he's just grabbing the energy. That's what he's doing. He's grabbing the energy and he's able to use it as a sword. That's the difference. The thing with the courage spell, in my opinion, that was unlocking his energy completely and able to put it through and able to create a spell, an original spell called courage, and to use it. It's different. The difference here is that that was an actual spell. What he's going to be doing now is more like he's using magic into his sword of his own accord without anyone's help and recalling spells. That's what's going to be happening. Now, the next episode is called Bloom, but at the end of the episode title, it says Thundering. So, what I know about the next episode is this. I hate this guy. This guy. He's like the guy who was being very, very judgmental to Will, who wants to cut him up like a freaking lab rat. Harlan. From what I know, he does say something. However, this time, it doesn't go the same way. Because as we know, the first Bloom, fire, elf, ice, I think it was earth, And all the clans selected him. Except for the Thunder Clan. The Thunder faction. Held by Zero. Zero Zeus Thunder for Thor Zeus Rainbow picks him in the next episode. I believe so. But does it go the same way? So that thundering, that means something. But there's a whole shitload of things that happen afterwards that are going to be like, what the hell? But overall, rating wise, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Yeah. I'm going to give it a very high rating. It was good to see the whole scene and how we get to see now how he was able to use Whis without a spell. And was basically calling on it and saying, Mercedes says awaken. So it's like he awakens this power and is able to recall it. But now that he knows how it happened, he's going to be able to use it on his own. Of course, Mr. Four Eyes is... Which is stupid. This guy is silly. Because, as the audience, we already know. You're a psycho! But, more or less, that's what I believe happens. But, we'll see how things go. 9 out of 10, like I said, for this one. I thought it was very done well. Animation was good. I liked how, the flowers were colorful, and then they went into the other part of the forest, and it was freaking pitch black. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But, good episode. Now we're going to get into the second bloom. Then after that, whoo-hoo, let's just say 2 factions want Will, and it causes a problem. We shall see. I'll see you guys later. Peace.